have just got home from the coroner's court and I wanted to share my perspective not just as a psychiatrist but also as a human being. Now, I can't share the clinical details, but I wanted to give you some insight on what's one of the hardest parts of my job. The first thing to say is if you're in a coroner's court, it means that someone has died and that the cause of death was unnatural. And in psychiatry, like it was for me today, that's usually following a suicide. It's extremely sad and it never gets any easier, but part of facing that sadness is understanding what the coroner's court is there to do. So a coroner's court investigates unexpected deaths, and the aim is fact-finding: who died, when and where they died, and how they died. It isn't about blame, but it can highlight lessons learned for organisations. I was informed 4 months in advance that I'd be one of several people giving evidence today. Giving evidence isn't optional, and it's usually professionals involved in the care before and after the death. Families can also speak and ask questions, as I was today, and sometimes barristers are present too. After swearing under oath, my role was to explain the person's background, the challenges they faced, and why I admitted them to hospital, including the risks that I weighed up at the time. One of the hardest questions can be, were they ill? And sometimes the answer isn't simple. Sometimes people don't have a diagnosable illness but can still be in unbearable distress from past and present life circumstances, leaving them at really high risk to themselves. The coroner's court reminded me that suicide is rarely about illness. It's about suffering, life circumstances, and human complexity. And behind every case is a life that deserves compassion. For me today, that life was a young woman, not so different in age from me, but who'd been dealt a very different hand in life.